Hoy hablaremos sobre un proyecto que en mi opinión tiene muchísimo potencial en el ecosistema de Cosmos. Este video es un poquito diferente, es una mezcla entre una entrevista y un review. Así que si quieres conocer un poco más sobre este proyecto súper top, pues entonces vamos a verlo. Hola, yo soy Alex y bienvenidos a un nuevo video de Nación Cripto. Ustedes saben que estos videos, bajo ningún concepto, pueden ser tomados como una asesoría financiera. Estos videos tienen solamente dos propósitos y son educar y entretener. Entonces, ustedes saben que si quieren encontrar proyectos en el ecosistema que son muy prometedores, si quieren conocer más sobre los proyectos que ya existen y si quieren también estar enterados sobre todo lo que está pasando en el ecosistema cripto, pues este es el canal para ustedes. Y en ese caso, recuerden por favor darle like al video si encuentran valor en él y también suscribirse y darle click a la campanita si no se quieren perder más videos como este. Entonces vamos a arrancar con la primera pregunta y es: ¿quién es el entrevistado? En este caso se llama Human Algorithm, o bueno, ya conocerán su nombre real, y cómo empezó en cripto y cómo empezó en Stargaze. Vamos a arrancar con eso. Okay, today we have a human algorithm, or Michael, that's his real name, and it is a real pleasure for me to have you on the channel. I'm a big fan of Stargaze. I was even in the beta at the beginning when Stargaze was like a social media platform very similar to Twitter. So Michael, first, welcome to the channel, and can you please take a few minutes to introduce yourself and tell us how do you get involved in crypto and also in Stargaze?
Yeah, so I've been a software engineer for maybe 10 plus years now, and most of my background was in Python and backend. So I guess like just kind of the people that I know, everyone started getting into crypto and I was learning a lot about it. I used to work at so I live in New York City. There's this thing called the Bitcoin Center. I used to work there for a little bit. Yeah, so Shane is a personal friend of mine and I saw him build Stargaze from the ground up. And we had a conversation about me coming on board. So I'm a full-time dev at Stargaze. Yeah, so I'm responsible for pretty much this being able to transfer NFTs from Stargaze to other chains and the other way around, as well as we're working with Gravity Bridge in order to get NFTs from Ethereum into Cosmos. So there's a number of different things that I'm working on there.
Bueno, después de eso le pregunté cuál es su visión personal acerca de los NFTs y cuál es la visión también del equipo sobre este ecosistema que está arrancando. Veamos lo que nos dijo. Okay. Human algorithm. What if we start with you telling us like what's the big picture that you personally see and also the Stargaze team see about NFTs? Like what do you think about the NFTs in the whole, as a whole? Like where are we now? Like what's the huge potential? What's the potential of NFTs and where are we heading to?
Well, as always, we say when it comes to NFTs, we're not only early, we're really early. So often we talk about kind of NFTs are what we would say are in the toy phase. So if you look at the original, say like iPhone apps, they didn't take the form that they do now immediately. There's a lot of hackers and just kind of playing around, right? Now there's a huge potential of what NFTs can do. So right now we're dealing with images, but soon we'll be moving into movies, and we already had some audio files out there. And before you know it, we're going to see financial stuff like mortgages and all different types of financial assets. There'll be different types of ownership. So essentially what the long-term vision of Stargaze is, we're starting at step one, which is the art. And then over time, you're going to see us as kind of the fundamental platform in order to reach into these different areas that NFTs are able to do.
Nice. Yeah, there is a lot of potential for NFTs. I'm a big fan, and I think, yeah, as you say, we're in the toy phase where everything we see now is just profile pictures. So, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of like in-game assets, and which is also like a toy phase, but it's also pretty fun and pretty exciting. And yeah, I'm excited to see the NFTs within the DeFi ecosystem, which I think is is going to be huge. Ahora, después le pregunté qué es Stargaze y me da una respuesta muy sencilla, pero que envuelve muchísimo. ¿Por qué? Porque Stargaze es su propio blockchain y no una aplicación como OpenSea, como LuxRare o como Rarible, que están funcionando en este caso sobre Ethereum. Y esto abre muchísimas opciones y oportunidades para Stargaze. ¿Y por qué digo yo que esto abre muchísimas oportunidades para Stargaze? Pues sencillo, es como les dije antes, es una Layer 1 que está construida sobre Cosmos, utilizando el Cosmos SDK, lo que también le da muchísima compatibilidad con el resto de cadenas que están funcionando sobre Cosmos, gracias al IBC, al Interblockchain Communication, que funciona con Cosmos. Entonces, ¿qué quiere decir esto? Lo que quiere decir es que vamos a ver NFTs o vamos a ver un ecosistema vibrante de NFTs interoperable con muchísimas cadenas.
Michael, why don't you explain us in a very simplified way what Stargaze is and what were you guys doing?
Well, as we like to say, we're a layer 1 chain for NFTs. So it's kind of like the first layer 1 NFT chain for NFTs. And we're a decentralized marketplace. So when you think of NFT marketplaces, you might think of OpenSea, but you know, OpenSea is quite centralized. And what we want to do is we want it community owned. So there's a lot of things that we're doing that enables the community to control the direction of the protocol.
Y claro, después vino la pregunta obligada. ¿Qué los hace diferentes a todo lo que tenemos en este momento en el mercado? Y la respuesta fue, primero, están creando o que crearon una capa sobre Cosmos Wasm. Ustedes ya saben qué es Cosmos Wasm. Es un framework para crear smart contracts sobre Cosmos. Entonces, ¿qué fue lo que crearon ellos en esta capa? Lo que crearon fue un protocolo que se llama SG721, que lo que permite es agregarle algunas cosas a los NFTs, como royalties o como por ejemplo staking, que eso va a ser algo muy interesante que vamos a ver en los NFTs y que en este momento no hemos visto mucho. Otro factor diferenciador que me mencionó Human Algorithm es que han estado trabajando muchísimo con Gravity DEX y lo que esto está permitiendo es poder crear ese bridge entre Ethereum y todo el ecosistema de Cosmos. Y entre todo el ecosistema de Cosmos ya saben que hay muchísimas otras cadenas que van a ser completamente compatibles gracias al IBC. Ahora, todos sabemos que el marketplace de Stargaze acaba de lanzarse y en este momento está funcionando de forma básica. En este momento lo que podemos ver es la opción de compra, pero también me dijo Human Algorithm en este video que para el 6 de junio se va a implementar la opción de bids o de pujas y se van a ir agregando nuevos features a todo el marketplace en el resto del año y bueno, va a seguir evolucionando el resto del tiempo. Y aquí va un clip súper cortico que también me interesó mucho, me pareció muy interesante. Le estaba preguntando sobre los tokenomics y eso fue lo que me dijo.
Trying to understand a little bit more of like the tokenomics of the stars.
So on every mint, there's 10% is burned, and then 5%. So it's what we call fair burn, right? So that means that 5% is burned, and then 5% goes to the community pool, right? And then when it comes to the marketplace, it's going to be a similar structure where 2% is fair burned, and so it's like 1% burn and 1% to the community pool. And we did this intentionally because what we well, first off, this is going to cause some deflation, right? So tokens are being burned, and that's gonna prop up the stars. But additionally, it allows us to, so as more activity is happening on the protocol, more value is going to the community. So you can imagine if we're scaling, you know, thousands or millions of sales of NFTs, not only is the coin going to be deflationary, but also these rewards are coming directly to stakers and community holders.
Y por supuesto no podía faltar la pregunta sobre un poquito de Alpha Leaks y un poquito de cuáles son esos insights que Human Algorithm tiene para nosotros. Y bueno, esto fue lo que nos dijo.
I'm not asking you for Alpha Leaks, I'm not asking you to shield me something, but like, you know your collections. I know you're gonna be choosing what collections are going to launch in the marketplace, and I know you already did a lot. So
Well, I'm looking forward to like the enhanced functionality. So I'm looking forward to. There were some MP3s that were actually airdropped. That was like super cool, like an NFT MP3.
That's pretty cool.
You know, and I'm looking forward to what can be done with generative art. That's like a whole new field right there. And then also, you know, videos. So I'm really looking forward to, and also games. You know, I'm really curious about like the ways that NFTs can be used and how people are getting creative about the functionality.
Yeah, I heard about that generative art. Can you explain us a little bit about that? I know there is something mixed with like machine learning. Is it? Am I correct? Am I just saying like crazy things?
So you mentioned Bad Kids, and technically that is a generative project because what it's doing is it's just basically taking the different shapes and then kind of layering them together. Whereas something like maybe one that's more explicit as being generative is there's a project called Hyperion, and you know, it's essentially, it is using algorithms to put together pixels and create shapes that are within a certain bound that have like a certain look and feel.
Is there anything you want to say, like if you were talking to someone that is very new in the ecosystem, you're talking about crypto, and it's anything that you could tell them to go and learn first? Like, you know, you have a lot of experience, you're a dev, and you've been involved with crypto for a few years now, and someone that is new, what can they hope to, you know, get from you? Like if you want to say something to them.
Well, I think so. This is for someone who's like brand new. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean brand new, a few months.
So the thing is, we often say that actually, so we say that the chain is layer 1, but the community is layer 0. And you know, this Web3 is very socially connected. So even for myself on a day-to-day basis, being in Discord, being in Telegram, I'm meeting people and they're teaching me stuff. And I think that like if you're going to be in Web3, you have to start at layer 0. And as you meet people from different communities and look around and see what people are saying, that I think that's the easiest way to learn, because they're gonna say keywords. You can go and look up that keyword. You know, you're gonna see the different technologies. What are the concerns? What are people thinking? And I think that's the easiest place to start. And as you gain more information, you can decide to deep dive on a specific technical area. So, for example, one that would be useful would be to look into Tendermint. Right? Just to understand like how that works, how that is the framework of the Cosmos ecosystem, you know, or like I said, understanding Cosmosm as that's up and coming, understanding bridging, which is going to be big.
And yeah, I mean, is there anything you want to say to wrap up this conversation? Anything you think is important for people to know about Stargaze?
Well, I mean, like I said, we're very excited for the near future with the marketplace launching, and we're just very excited to see how people are going to use it. And this is a very exciting year to be in crypto in general. So
yeah.
Espero que hayan disfrutado de este video un poco diferente, y recuerden que si de alguna forma encontraron valor aquí, consideren por favor darle like al video y suscribirse para que no se pierdan más videos como estos, y nos vemos en el próximo video. Chao, chao.